Alright, um, these slides might be a little text heavy, but I'll have to clear that up. I don't really know what's a good match between detail and, like, I don't know if being over detailed or not, but I don't know. Alright, so creation of the panchromatic photographic plates in the modern era, tricolor photographic applications. Of course, I haven't actually created anything yet, so that title is kind of off right now. Alright, so the problem statement is I want to take large format color separation negatives, photos, but I don't have the tools to do that. So, originally it started with the autochrome, and I wanted to do the autochrome, but for reasons you'll see, I actually decided to just switch gears a little bit because it's a little difficult to make. I'm gonna shelve that for next year probably if I can get all this done. But eventually I got into looking at the color separation, or tricolor photography basically. So what's a color separation image? So as easily as I can explain it in this short amount of time, is it's a taking color on black and white plates that you basically split the color image into three records, a red one, a green one, and a blue one. And together you can make a color image out of those. And this is achieved through a lot of methods. There's different types of cameras. I'm not going to get into all that right now because it's not really that relevant. The camera that I'm going to be using, I'll get onto that later too. So why do I want to make them? I want to make a color separation images because I like early color photography history, and I've been shooting with a 1930s camera around school, and it's pretty cool. I just like the early color photography history, early photography too. It's just very interesting to see the amount of work people would put into to get something that you can get very easily now. A lot of skill and dedication, and it's a creative process that we've kind of lost, and that's what I kind of like. So yeah, and more research: panchromatic versus orthochromatic plates. Panchromatic plates are sensitive to most of the visible light we see, as well as ultraviolet and um, far red sensitivity if they're sensitized to that. Um, orthochromatic is sensitized to blue, green, or blue. Back in the time of 1930, when color separate 1900 to 1930, when this was a prominent thing, the color separations. They called orthochromatic plates ordinary plates, or film, because it was just how it was. Panchromatic wasn't really needed until they found red sensitizers that worked. Chlorophyll, and yeah, chlorophyll was one of the red sensitizers to the. But yeah, the materials to make panchromatic plates for tricolor separations. Um, you can get everything you need, and there's lots of things. The Light Farm has a good um, page on that. So field research, I found a 5x7 tricolor camera at the Florence Antique Mall, and the Devon tricolor camera is a very interesting camera. I'll get into in a bit. So most of the equipment is obviously rare. You know, 1930s is almost 100 years ago, and most of this stuff is rare and expensive and old. Especially at the time it was being made, it was uncommon. Uh, but even now, it's even more rare. So it would be cheaper to make at least my own plates and holders. My own camera might be hard. If I was doing autochrome, it would have been easier, uh, but yeah, you'll see that the decision matrix. I talked with Todd Hilty on the autochrome. I got to see his process, which is very difficult. Not something I'll be able to do that in the future, I believe, um, but not with the amount of time we have right now. Uh, but that was really cool. I got to talk with him, and his plate recipe, panchromatic recipe, um, as well as I've contacted Scott, who knows. He has a website, a collection of tricolor cameras, especially the Devon ones. He has some of those too, and he's a real knowledgeable guy. He helped me find a lens for that Devon camera. Um, Fishbone. Uh, so yeah, the main problem is it's tricolor photography isn't a common thing for most people to do, uh, especially on the one-shot cameras like the Devon tricolor, because the camera and its parts are very hard to find. I also don't have a plate camera, so I can't do it. Uh, Not yet. And the raw chemicals, they exist, but you have to make your own stuff because most of the pre-made options are expensive. So that's just a big problem. Is most of it's just rare and expensive. Um, so I haven't been able to do it. The best ideal situation would be to have the time and luck to be able to find camera parts if I was making my own camera, or finding parts for the camera, the Devon one. Um, I'll probably change this up. I don't know. I don't really like how it's structured. It's weird structured. All right, so the possible roads to completion. Option one, my time check, whatever. Is to create my own camera, and that would be quite difficult. Because there's a lot of things that go into that, and option two would be to buy the Devon tricolor and fix it up, and option three would be to look for modern pre-made options or other options. So constraints, time, specifically fabrication time. That was a big issue last year, even when we were in school and out of school, being at home. And I have a feeling we're going to be at home for quite a few months next year. It's just going to be very difficult to do such an ambitious thing. Or, well, I should say that for the decision matrix, I guess. But yeah, finding parts will take time and luck too. So, decision matrix. You could see option number one. It's unfeasible, really, because it takes a lot of time and labor to do it, and I just can't really do it because I don't have any time because of this. We don't have access to the lab. Option two is getting the Devon tricolor. That's probably my most feasible and thing I'm most willing to do because it's kind of a balance between buying and making stuff. Because that way I'd only have to make the plates in the plate holder instead of having to make the whole camera, find the lens thing. It's just a lot less of a load. And I could probably do, I think at least most of it from home if I could 3D print my own holders. Because I have a 3D printer with a large build area, enough to 3D print 5x7, I believe. Well, actually, yeah. So yeah, we'll see about that. Option three, though, that's kind of an unknown feasibility. If I could go buy a camera that's already working condition and buy plates, that would cost a lot of money. And I'm not really willing to do it because the whole point of the early color photography stuff is to be able to make my own plates and have my own camera, at least make parts of it, I guess. So yeah, the path I chose, if it wasn't obvious, it was the second option because, uh, you know, it was way more feasible than doing my whole thing from scratch. Um, it was really nice though. This camera, I found the Devon tricolor camera for $85 on the Small Business Saturday. Um, you know, you can see it's not like any camera you've ever seen in your lifetime. Uh, you can see it's a very funky shape. I only have that picture up there right now. You can read the nameplate. It says Devon Tricolor camera. But yeah, the main issues I'm gonna face is to find a lens for it and holders, and plates. And I'll probably make my own holders, my own plates too. I'm not gonna count my eggs for the hatch or chick or whatever they're called. You know the saying. But I got eBay right now. There's a auction for a 8x10 lens. So let's hope that I get that. I'll be able to use it on this. Uh, but yeah, it should be pretty cool if I can get a lens, an 8x10 lens with a shutter that works. That would be great. As for the tripod, obviously this is a studio camera. Well, it's not necessarily only a studio camera. I can take it outside, but it's not a handheld thing. It's 20 pounds cast iron. So you need a tripod. I did find a very good military tripod from the 1930s that is at what was it? The Burlington Antique Show for $120 the last time I went, and I'm gonna buy it next time I'm there if I can find it again because it was a nice wooden tripod. I hope it'll work. Um, but yeah, that's kind of it, I guess. That I haven't gotten to creating anything, you know, whatever. Works cited are Scott's websites. Scott's website. That's where most of the information in the uh, one photo came from. I should also probably put some more, once I actually get to creating it, my design and stuff. But right now, this is only work that I've cited. Um, Thank you for your time. Uh, there's my school email. I don't know if I should put my school email. Um, Let me actually check that. Okay, yeah, whatever. That's right. There's my contact email, and Instagram is where I post most of my photos, where I'll put the results, future results, and images. Yeah, there's a lot of photos of us at school. I don't know, this is going to Mr. Heartline. Don't stalk my Instagram. No. Um, this is like 15 minutes long. I'm sorry it's so long. I just think 5 minutes is a disservice to uh, all of the information I gotta convey. I'm sure I'll work it out. Um, Work it out later, but I don't know. Um, I'm looking forward to the future. I know this Christmas I got a lot of money, hopefully, so I'll be able to finance the buying of the stuff. My parents have already agreed, so whatever. Um, Hopefully, should come out good. So I'll see you later. Thank you for your time and listening.